Screw everybody in the club. I just found me a daggone shiny knockdown. Now I shall proceed to not screw up and catch this joint. I killed it. Hey, when did you unmute me? I was typing and clacking. I didn't know I was unmuted.
I'm set.
We're good.
I have a new pair of socks.
Oh.
Oh.
You little
bomb.
Exactly.
They don't need to know about
I told you do
I
a
need to know.
countdown.
I have so many feelings right now.
Rules need to put a countdown before unmuting.
He has a very appropriate reason to rage right now.
I am so sorry. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I need a mixer. Fast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love and appreciation.
Whenever I say it out loud.
Penny Arcade does the same. Oh yeah! Jerry and Mike are no, you think we're bad? Jerry and Mike are worse. I hope you know that. So
one of them is named Jerry, so automatically.
That's the Penny.
Wow.
Oh man, I don't think we can go to.
I say this with love and affection. There's actually an inside joke to that.
Oh.
My friend and I made up this random guy named Jerry. Everything wrong that could happen is Jerry's fault.
Welcome to episode 0, the taste
like
test.
mine with Bob.
I'm Greg.
Yes.
We're gonna run the introductions again. I'm Greg M, aka The Remix, and I'm with the following people. Hey.
What's up, y'all? Matt Green here.
I'm Julie, aka JuliRageMage.
I'm still sad I killed that knockdown.
And this is Erisel.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Kai said, "Oh, like Karen." Aww.
Just like Karen. Just like Karen. Yes. Karen,
okay.
Becky.
Becky.
Who else? Steve, Carl.
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 Oh my god.
Harold for the lesbians.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right. So, let's continue our topics and run down the list. The new PlayStation 5. Oh yeah, and they just showed off little dots that shaped a controller. Right? Is this the picture that you're talking about, Matt? Like this is legit.
Yeah, this will be quick because it's just what we have visually. But yeah, the patent for the DualShock 5 went up, and it gives us an idea of what the controller for the PS5 will look like. And it's honestly not too different. I noticed that the on the newer PlayStation 4 controllers, you can see a little bit of the light bar at the top. Apparently, the light bar is completely gone now. They've gotten rid of that.
What? Oh, there's.
I mean, that's
pictures?
fine. I blind myself with it all the time, so I'd appreciate that.
Okay, there's more pictures. Oh, okay. Okay, wow. All right. The touchpad looks much larger. Have you noticed that? It looks much larger than the PS4. Okay.
It's supposed to function the same as the PS4 controller does.
I agree, Big John.
Big John said it's slowly turning into an Xbox controller, which is fine. PS controllers are big dukes now.
I'm not counting Joy-Cons as a controller because look, we got the Pro controller.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Actual
The
fact.
Pro controller is big, dookie wookie manookies, okay?
Dookie wookie manookie.
But tell us how you really feel, Big John.
Oh my goodness. So for those who don't know, it's been confirmed that next year, holiday 2020, we will see the next generation consoles coming out from both Microsoft and Sony. So for those who are just tuning in, this is the quote unquote the patent design. We don't know if this is the final design of the new PlayStation 5 controller, which is again coming out holiday 2020. I'm calling it maybe November. But what features does this thing have? By the way,
because it looks the same.
Yeah, because
so far everything seems to be the same. I do know, even though you can't see it on here, they did confirm that the controller will take USB-C port instead of micro B as the current controllers do now, which means they should charge much faster this time
Oh,
around.
thank God.
That's
Oh,
what's up.
thank
I'm
God.
down with that.
Thank God.
And
Alright.
they have some new ports towards the player so that you have more options when it comes to using headphones and headsets with the controller.
Ooh, okay.
So you can direct connect your headsets, like for example your Astros and your Turtle Beaches
Yes,
and
you don't have
Corsairs.
to.
Okay.
You don't have to use any kind of special adapter for that. You should be able to, if they go with this design, you should be able to just plug right in.
This is just an idea for now, but all right, okay. Anything else they're mentioning about this one?
That's really about it. I'll say the handlebars look a little heftier. The face buttons, the buttons themselves look a little bigger.
Okay. I mean,
mine are shrinking every day.
Okay.
No,
Have you seen them? You haven't. They're small.
no, dog. I feel you. Big hand squad is the thing.
Oh wow. All right. So pretty much
Glad I
they're
have average
sticking.
hands.
They're just sticking to the a much larger touchpad. Nothing like a screen in the middle, right? Like what we see all those other concept controllers that people be making in their art classes and stuff, right?
Oh no, it would not be a screen. It would just be a touchpad,
Okay.
like what we have now. Just I'm assuming a little bit bigger.
Okay. I mean, all right. Cause I'm rocking with a Scuff wireless controller, and I mean, if they're gonna make something similar, like something for the
Scuff has a pad on it too, though, right?
yeah, the Scuff has a touchpad and everything like that. But I mean, I mean, there's going to be a I'm automatically I'm saying it right now. There's going to be for both the Project Scarlet and the PlayStation 5 brand new Scuff gaming type controllers. Like it's a fact. There's
For sure. But
there's no
you
doubt
won't
about
see
it.
those. You won't see those till like 2021, honestly.
Yeah, so I'm not. I mean, I'm not in a rush. So we're good. We're good. So okay. So thanks for sharing, Matt. That's hella interesting. I'll definitely check that out. Okay.
And then we can move into our last big topic, which is
Oh, here we go.
the Game Awards. Earlier this week, they announced the nominees for the Game Awards. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the full list on my end, but real quick, I'll go through what they have for the big award, which is of course Game of the Year. So as it stands right now, the nominees for Game of the Year awards are as follows: Death Stranding,
Of course.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate,
Of course.
Yes.
The Outer Worlds, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, excuse me, Control, and Resident Evil 2.
You know what's funny? I'm on their main website, and I'm gonna show this to both my staff and the people at home.
Yeah, bring this up on the screen.
Look at the nomination list. Due to a wacky failure in the mainframe,
Wacky?
something along the lines of HTTP error.
What?
It occurred while trying to access.
Okay, that's not the link I gave you.
No, I actually pressed the nominees. Check it. And bam! Nothing.
They hear people talking
See, I'm getting the right ones. I don't know what's going on in your end.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, you know what? I'll just change the browser. Continue, Matt, with the rest of the list, if it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, Game Awards.
I mean, obviously they don't want us to know.
Well, no, I mean the list has been announced, so I mean they announced it this past Tuesday.
It's the full list here.
It's just that I can't bring it up on my own, which is weird. But wow.
Okay, well, how about this? Is there any particular category we want to quickly dive through?
I say fighting games.
Of course you would say that.
Yes.
Of course that's what you would say.
Okay, so what are the
Me not being
nominees for?
surprised by what comes a year now.
Yeah, what's the nominees for
Fighting
fighting
Game
games?
Award. Fighting Game Award nominees are as follows. There's only 5 games on there. We got Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Okay.
I don't know some of these games.
What? You know Mortal Kombat 11? What?
I said some of these games. There's 5 on there. I knew like what? 2. Oh, Jump Force is the one with the thingy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
There we go.
I do know that. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
But I think what we can do as we go through these is like, I guess we can guess on like go, what we would want to win, but also what we think is going to win.
Okay, we can go through the list a bit. We have time for that. Is that okay with you guys? I mean,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
good with it.
I wouldn't say the whole list because there's a lot of categories, but the ones we're going through now, we can do so. Let's start with, since we're already there, the fighting games. So, any you're pushing for mostly?
For me, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, hands down. That game deserves a lot, especially with man, what's his name? The director.
Sakurai.
That guy needs that guy next to Ed Boon. They both deserve vacations. For those who don't know who, both Sakurai and Ed Boon. Ed Boon's in charge of Mortal Kombat.
Everyone knows who Sakurai is.
Sakurai, everyone should know who he is. He's in charge of the Smash Brothers game.
And he won't take a freaking break.
He won't. Which is why to this day I will forever love all those memes of him saying, "Don't flipping ask for anything else ever again," which is hilarious. So I mean,
oh yeah, no joke. I mean, despite the small amount of characters I would like to see as playable Smash Bros, at this point I'm just like, just give me what you can. Give me what you can.
Yes, I mean, like I will for like. Ever since he teased Joker in last year's Game Awards, which was fun, and I feel I feel like pretty much Banjo-Kazooie was a big surprise. The internet was broken when
I didn't think Microsoft would comply.
Me neither, because Rare. For those who don't know, Rare owns the rights to Banjo-Kazooie and the Killer Instinct series.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much they took that with them after they
got bought by Microsoft,
and there you go, Microsoft bought them. So from that point on, all of a sudden now you see them as, oh look, we're never gonna see them again. But when we saw that teaser of a puzzle, we saw that golden puzzle piece, the world went crazy. I mean, it can't get any better than that. Especially E3, Nintendo at this year's E3 with that announcement definitely tops it. So I'll give them props for that. But out of all the games, I believe Super Smash Brothers should win this year's fighting game
it's
awards.
Nice to see Samurai Showdown make a comeback. Shout outs to Neo Geo. I got a replica in the cut.
Hey.
Sakurai brought up, Sakurai had to bring it up when Terry was announced. Everybody was hyped for Terry,
He gave them a history lesson, bro.
Because it's been people fail to realize that King of Fighters and Fatal Fury, those are them games, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
what?
Oh yeah. I mean,
legacy.
Rival schools, man. Before I met you guys,
that's Capcom.
What? I thought that was SNK. Seriously?
That's Capcom.
Oh man. Whoops.
Hey, look, Capcom versus SNK comeback. Y'all saw it.
Yeah, sorry, because SNK got to me, and I can only think about one guy.
You're probably thinking of them showing up at Capcom versus SNK.
Exactly. Yeah, my bad, folks. Whoops.
All good.
Jules, you're definitely one of the fighting game players in our company. What do you think?
I know, I'm torn between, of course, Mortal Kombat and Smash.
Okay, since we Tatsunoko versus Capcom, man, that game.
I need a port. I just want a port of that to the Switch.
Shoot.
That game is so good.
And I agree with you, Kai.
I mean,
Samurai Showdown was definitely, how should I say, I was definitely wowed when that announcement was made, and I think it was Evo. I think it was this past Evo or another fighting game tournament. I don't know which one it was. I think it was not DreamHack, but
for Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, one of those fighting game tournaments.
It sounds like Evo, yeah.
But that was I agree with Big John. I played it on the Neo Geo back in the day. Whew. And Julisa, if that's the case, why do you think Mortal Kombat 11 should take over and should win the game this year's Game Awards? I know you're conflicted, but
I'm conflicted, but I am leaning more towards Smash only because it was they had all of this hype, and I felt like it lived up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Versus where when I think about the hype that happened around for MK11, I don't feel that satisfied.
Really?
I don't know what it is. I love Mortal Kombat games. I don't care which one it is. I love playing them all. As I was playing it, I just kind of felt like I wanted more. and I guess I put a higher expectation of the game, and then I didn't receive as much back. You know, it's just like, you know, when you give yourself, when I hate it when people are like, hey, Julisa, you should totally watch this movie. It's freaking awesome. And then I watch it and I'm like, it doesn't sound like as awesome as you made it sound.
Oh, big whoa. Okay.
That's fair.
If that makes sense. Like Smash is, you know,
it does.
ultimate. And you're like, oh my god, all these characters, I get to play this, I get to play that. And I'm like, cool, I get to do this. And then MK11 kind of had the same thing where it's like, you can play these characters, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm like, aw, I can't play as this character. I wish they put this character out. And, oh, I can't play as that character. I wish that character was out.
You know, speaking of Mortal Kombat 11, wasn't Sindel announced this week or last week?
Yeah,
Actually?
Sindel. If she's not out now, she should be out soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think Combat Pass holders who have the Combat Pass, obviously, they will get Sindel early, and I think next month or January we're going to get the Joker or Spawn first. One of those
Joker
two.
first, because,
Joker first. Okay.
They want to line that up with the DVD release for Joker.
Oh, wow. That's smart.
So
And anyone who hasn't seen Joker yet in theaters should go watch it.
Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. I definitely want to check out his moveset.
I'm just saying,
no comment.
the Joker is supposed to be creepy, and that movie was kind of creepy.
Here we go.
So I liked it.
Big John. I mean, okay.
I know you was waiting on that, but it's like, out of all the games, Bandai Namco, for lack of a word I can't say, poops out. For all the games, they're quote unquote arena fighting games, they poop out. Jump Force is the one. Jump Force is the one that they chose, huh?
Here we go.
I got some words to say. As somebody who spent $100 on that daggone little pass,
Preach it.
Fighters pass they came out
Preach
with.
it.
Oh no.
Preach it.
To find out from the data mines, they cut two of the most powerful characters, excluding the test tube baby himself.
Wait, which one did you get?
Can you explain who the test tube?
Ichigo is a test tube baby. He was cultivated by the end manga, like the boss. He was cultivated. We found out he was cultivated.
Oh my god.
He was a planned birth in a test tube.
Wow. That's
But they
crazy.
cut in the data mine. They cut Kenpachi and Byakuya from the game, and I'm like, what are you doing? Excuse you. Kenpachi's a lord, and Byakuya is Byakuya. Come on, look at his scarf.
I can see Byakuya in the game. Kenpachi, I feel like, would be kind of broken.
Yeah.
They got the test tube in there. They got the Goku in the game. Look, the way they had that game could have been good, but they want to use the Unreal Engine. Some characters look good in the game, like the JoJo characters look good, the fabrics look nice and whatever. But some characters look ugly. Frieza looked nasty in that engine. Goku looked. Luffy always looked dumb, but he don't look good in this game.
It's the engine that they're using.
Look, create a character. I was hyped for that.
Wow.
But it's so stiff. It's so stiff. Like, and the combos are so. You're not punished where I think you should be punished. There's a lot of.
Oh no.
There's a lot of escape spam, and then you have a little bit of stamina left, or you can still escape from that combo. We just shouldn't be able to, but you can. Because who cares? It's an anime fighting game. Who cares? But it's a bad one.
So Big John. So then the conspiracy theory in me is wondering: do you think they put that as a nominee just to call out anime fighting games in general?
I wouldn't put it past them because they could have picked any of the pile that they came out with in 1 year. But Jump Force is the best of the worst. It could have been good, but they chose to do what they chose to do, and it's a pile of dukes. And it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings because I really wanted it to be good. I did.
If this game,
I defended it at first, and then that I couldn't do it anymore. I was in denial.
So here's an interesting challenge. Here's an interesting challenge question. Compared to Kill la Kill IF.
Oh no.
Kill la Kill, that game is way better than Jump Force.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Look, it is a pretty game.
No.
Jump Force could have been, if Jump Force was a pretty game, I would have been like, it's fine. It's a pretty game, but it's ugly. Jump Force is ugly and it plays ugly. And
I agree.
look, Toriyama, they got Toriyama to design the characters. You know, they got him off the couch. You know, even though he's been designing characters for 45 years. Shout out to Dragon Quest. But look, that boy, it looked like to me that boy was like, you know what? I like Avengers. Let me turn and jump and let's give it a little Avengers game. Well, because the final boss looks like, well, his plan was basically a Thanos plan, the movie Thanos plan. Let me come correct. I know a little bit about comic Thanos.
If it's the dude I'm thinking of, he looks like a prototype of Hit from Dragon Ball.
Oh no!
Don't even talk to me about Hit. I'm not talking about him. He's not even in the game. I'm not talking about him.
Remember,
It's
no
a different character I'm
negativity.
thinking
You're
of.
gonna be like really peaceful.
Look,
Woosah.
it's hard to be peaceful when Jump Force is involved. I made myself beat that game, even though it was so cheap. The story mode was so cheap. Like, it was
Funny. I was wondering why I never heard you talk about that game ever again once it came out, because you were like, "Oh man,
Look.
Jump Force coming out!" Do.
Yeah, and then I played it. I beat the game. And I even got back on the game when they was like, "Oh, we're adding a little," because they have a little fighting style. They got the little pirate fighting style. They got the quote unquote Goku fighting style. They got the Naruto fighting style, which is the best one in the game. They added a swordsman fighting style, so I got back on the game I had to delete my character just so I can get that fighting style, which is stupid. Which was fine because the characters is just, it's not like Xenoverse 2, which, you know, I love that game. Like where you can just, all the characters are separate. No, in this game, every character you make is all connected to it's all connected. Like, no, all the levels, if you play it on one, you can like switch to another character and you'll be at the same spot in the story. Like, you're basically all playing one character. So I had no problem deleting it, but I feel like I shouldn't have to delete a character just to change the fighting style. But that's what they wanted to do. That's what they chose to do with their fat, swollen brains.
So let's go to
It's a very decent insult, actually.
Go to a different category here.
Let me give that to you.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Let's go to a different category here. Since I know a lot of us play, let's go to the RPG category.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so nominated.
Let me stop.
I got some. Oh no, they can't nominate that anyway because they technically can't nominate that because it's a port of last year.
Yeah.
It was on the battle last year.
They import. Wow, bitch on the sass. Oh my lord.
Anyway, so for nominees for RPG, they have 5 games. They got Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy IV.
What did you say?
Disco Elysium.
Oh, I thought I heard something totally different. It wasn't my ears are going backwards. Excuse me.
That's fine.
RPG / mystery game. It's gotten a lot of high marks.
Okay.
Let's see what else. And of course, this next one's going to contradict what I just said a moment ago. Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, which I'll get on that in a second, and The Outer Worlds.
Oh, dang it. Come on. Come on.
I really was like, I just really forgot the game came out.
All right, Matt, I know what you're going to pick. Why? Out of all the in the list, why that one?
So I've had a recent boost into Monster Hunter as of late, which is interesting because I've had the strangest journey with Monster Hunter as a whole, where I went from not understanding how to even attack way back in the day of the PS2 games. Now,
oh man,
you don't understand the attack buttons for whatever reason on the very first Monster Hunter game were on the right stick. That is garbage.
What?
Yes.
Full analog? No way. Seriously?
Yes.
Oh nah.
That's wild.
I would have not been successful at that game.
Me neither.
I know, and that's the funny thing. Like when the very first Monster Hunter came out, I was super excited for it. Played that, tried my best to wear analytic, and quit. I had not came back to Monster Hunter until I want to say three U on the 3DS. Um, thankfully they put attacks on the buttons, thank God. But it was still at a point where I've been so far gone. I needed like understanding what exactly do I do in this game, and it wasn't until playing both Generations on Switch and World on PS4 it finally clicked, and I've now racked up a good combined maybe 400 or 500 hours on these games.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
But
I love that game too.
yeah, I would personally vote for Iceborne. Even though it's technically an expansion, there's so much more to do. More to do in Iceborne. They've cleaned up a lot of quality of life stuff that I had some slight problems with before. Man, the clutch claw is a dream, man.
I love the clutch claw.
Wow.
I abuse it. Like I feel like you should. They gave it to you, so I was abusing that.
You know who also, and I wish she was here, but apparently she's not part. She couldn't be a part of episode 0. You know who's also putting a lot of hours into that game? Right next to Erisel's picture here, right here. Galen, she's putting so much hours into Iceborne as well, because from
absolutely,
like you guys have been grinding from what I see and stuff like that. I know Matt's been grinding with Tanisha, Big John with his friends. Gillian teams up with our very own Adrian. Shout out to her from time to time. And
so the plan is at a future stream on Lunchbox Pub. I want me, Big John, and Galen to help carry you through the game.
Yeah, I am down for that. I just need to find flipping time. It's so difficult.
I understand.
As soon as I got Dragon Quest 11 S, I was sucked into that.
Oh,
But I did play a lot of Iceborne though. Like I beat the game. Like I wish there was more snow stuff.
really?
Like, in the
What?
snow. I feel like there's more.
There's snow stuff, but what do you mean?
Like yeah. Oh, like hold on. Yeah.
I felt like I wish the whole thing was snow. It's called Iceborne, but maybe I'm just a little like. I just like the snow.
That's okay.
Okay.
I was introduced, like when I got the Switch, I was introduced to Monster Hunter World Generations Ultimate, and there's a lot of like ice monsters in that game, and I'm like, they could have brought Gammoth over. I figured Gammoth would be one of the first. But
true, yeah.
Gotcha.
Gammoth.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Kezu though, because
that monster, yeah.
who likes Kezu? If you don't know what Kezu is Kezu is a monster that I think literally was based on a phallic member.
Yeah.
I think that was the
Do
joke.
not Google Kezu. You might end up in not safe for work territory.
But it's
I'm not at work.
Let me see if I can find the safest picture of Kezu to show how terrible this thing is.
I'll definitely share that on screen. If you don't mind, you know what game I'm gonna pick, obviously. I mean, yes, in this RPG list. If I can bring it up. Yeah.
No, I knew you were gonna go straight for Outer Worlds, but
yeah.
But with Monster Hunter, like it has been a wonderful second coming for me, trying to find a nice RPG to play with people while still being able to progress on your own. There's surprisingly not a lot of games that do that, and Iceborne just built on top of that. So that definitely got my vote.
I just need to legit sit down and play it. Because from when I first started off, and forgive me, it was so confusing to me. Like the way how it's played, the way how tracking your monster should be, even with the guides to help you out, and I was like, oh, like and.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you know. Despite the rough time I'm giving you right now, I will say maybe the first 5 to 10 hours are gonna be a little rocky, rough, because you're still finding your balance, figuring out what you like best, or like how you want to attack your monster, stuff like that. Like the first few hours are going to be a little bit rough, but once there's going to be a sweet spot that you'll know when you know, and like you're just trekking all the way to the end.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll do my best to find time. I'll definitely do my best to find time. So okay, I'll keep you up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm. Does anybody have an RPG list in this game? Have they been played? I mean, Erisel, Julisa, you've been pretty quiet.
I do not play RPG games.
What?
I haven't played any of these RPG games.
I'm guessing,
And
but I guess I think I heard it from your tone. You're not happy with Kingdom Hearts 3 being on the list, are you? Or was it someone else?
I'm not.
Ooh.
No, that was definitely me, and I am not happy that it's on the list.
Well, before we get to that, I do see Matt sharing a picture of what I'm guessing this is Kizu, right?
It's
Yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to zoom in for everyone to see it
Mess.
the best as I can, but
It shouldn't
Ew!
exist. but here we are.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it shouldn't
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah, that's from Generations.
Yeah.
It has a lot of.
I feel like this is something out of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It is a Capcom
I'm
game. It is a Capcom game. This is a Capcom game.
And speaking of Resident Evil, they do have a little Resident Evil event going.
Yeah.
right now, yeah, I need to get on that. I need to find time to start on
They
that.
made the handler Mr. X. The handler has a Mr. X.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but here we are.
Ew. Oh man, it's much creepier when people turn on, who are playing on PC that game. They turn on the Pennywise mod instead of Mr. X following you. It's Pennywise following you throughout the game, trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kill
no,
it with fire.
you don't say that name. We don't say that name. He doesn't exist. He's not a real person. I don't need him in my life.
Yo,
Tim Curry was ruined for me for a really long time. That's all I'm saying about
Erisel
that.
was done after that name was mentioned.
Just need to say that
I
right
am
now.
sorry, but okay. Well, if it
Big
makes you feel-
big fan of horror. Not a big fan of painted faces that don't need to be painted.
If you want to feel better, how come you don't want Kingdom Hearts 3 on that list? Like, what happened? Like, are you not like, you can get into it?
Oh.
I mean,
Kingdom Hearts and I have a really funny relationship. It actually started out, I was very much a handheld player when it came to video games, and I only ever watched my brother play PlayStation games. And like one of the first games that we bonded over was Kingdom Hearts, and so I was that backseat gamer, telling him how to do things, and every single time he didn't listen to me, he would die. So I mean, he should have listened to me. So we've gotten into this like thing where I either watch him play or I'll just watch the gameplay online, and we'll discuss and talk about how we feel about the game in general. And the truth is that the both of us were just it was the same, I guess, what's going on with Half-Life and what was going on with Golden Sun. It's just we were expecting a lot more out of Kingdom Hearts, and for us we just didn't feel like it delivered the way that we wanted it to. So
gotcha.
That's just how I feel, and I'm gonna leave it at that because everyone's got their own feelings on the thing.
I am a fan of the series. However,
Can I just say one thing?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I'm gonna speak for my brother real quick because me and my brother had that same relationship. Like, so I have a younger brother. Shout out to Chris.
Hey.
I used to watch him play a lot of those RPGs like Kingdom Hearts, Dark Cloud. So when he heard about, he loved Kingdom Hearts 2, and I just felt so bad because he really just fell out of love with Kingdom Hearts 3 because for him it took so long to come out. He said maybe if this came out in 2015, he probably would have, but I was sad because he just doesn't feel like he needs to even touch a Kingdom Hearts 3. Especially when I told him they don't have the Final Fantasy characters in there, which don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
When that was the whole thing. That was the point of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Like, why would you take that out? I really don't understand.
Exactly why the Final Fantasy characters aren't in there.
Please tell me, I don't know.
Is Disney trying to show dominance?
Get that out of here.
I completely agree with that.
Like,
I completely agree.
not
That's
wrong.
exactly
That
why.
has to be
I mean,
that's exactly
it
why
has to be. There's really no other reason.
Exactly why the Frozen section is like beat for beat just the movie.
That's crazy.
I do want to add to the fact that I do have the game, and it's hard for me to get back playing to it because besides the the lack of Final Fantasy characters and such, I like the wait was too long. If that makes sense, it just got tired.
No, I completely listen. I was actually the one that was trying to encourage my brother to stay going. Like in between the first and the second games, I feel like that's when it happened when 365 came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually bought him a system and bought him the game just so that he would keep playing it, because he, like, it was so frustrating to him to have to wait for the games, you know. And so I was the one that was constantly like, yo, let's replay the games, let's do this, let's do that. I mean, for one, it was like a really amazing bonding experience for the both of us. And then beyond that, I just wanted him to find joy in something, because, you know, that's what you do with people that you care about. You want them to enjoy the things that they have in their lives. And so it's like, it was just so freaking annoying. It was, that's just it. It was just annoying.
Yeah, Remy said the best here on chat. When you wait for so long, people just stop caring for products in general. There you go.
Exactly.
Because, to be fair, that almost happened to
Final Fantasy.
Remember that almost happened to Final Fantasy 15 back in 2014, 2013, when someone, like one, because you guys already know, one rumor can legit break the internet. When someone spread a rumor that 13 aka Final Fantasy 15 got canceled, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it was because someone found a list. At the time, they found a list of the stuff Square was going to be showing at E3, and they didn't see Versus 13 on the list, so people just assumed that it got canceled.
Yeah,
they didn't realize about the name change.
The world blew up, and I was like, y'all need to chill. But at the same time, it also taught Square Enix a lesson. You need to update your fan base, because if you don't update your fan base, you will start losing them. Because, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 was, for me, it was not all that. Like, it was overhyped. I enjoyed some of the boss battles. Hey, it was really cool teaming up with Woody and Buzz, because in all honesty, I stopped before even starting on the Tangled world. You still chat with this? Yes, we do. James, welcome. I mean, yeah. I mean, oh look, see, even Kai agrees. Stares at the world ends with you. Oh man, that
Girl,
game.
You have no idea.
Oh,
I'm not gonna start.
I'm not going. No. I need Cecily to be on this show. I need.
We'll save that for another episode.
Yes, I need both Matt, Erisel, and Cecily to be on this show to talk about that, because I can't.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Great, go ahead. I'm gonna write that down as a potential topic for another episode.
Okay.
So continue.
No. I mean, okay. I'll guess I started with the next nomination. I do. I mean, hey, all the nominees for the RPGs, again, I mean, they're worthy, except obviously Kingdom Hearts 3. I am looking at The Outer Worlds. It's from Obsidian Entertainment. They're the guys who originally made the Fallout series. Yes, the Fallout series. You guys see me play that. And it was the answer to last year's Fallout disaster, which we call Fallout 76. And people keep asking me...
West Virginia!
Hey. Fallout 76? More like Fallout got 86.
Oh, I get it! But the fact is that it's, oh my gosh, it was such a I'm not gonna get into it. Nope. Other episode. I do, like, it was Obsidian's
Do we want to go to a different nominee channel?
Yeah. And James said it was the first Fallout game. I was glad to trade it. No. I'll talk about The Outer Worlds. It's okay. The Outer Worlds is basically Obsidian's answer to, hey, we can still make video games too that is open world and a bit of survival. And you guys see me stream it for the Lunchbox publications. You guys also see me stream it on my personal channel, which I can't promote here because I'm working. But and you know what? It's free for Microsoft Game Pass for PC, which is like a sale. I was like, give me that sale pass, I'm having fun with the game. I'm teaming up with who's also a nominee for Best Voice Actress, Ashley Birch. She voices one of the characters in The Outer Worlds. I feel like I am a bit of Commander Shepard-ish, like, you know, yes, Erisel. It feels like Mass Effect, but in a Western type, Space Odyssey, Star Wars, Han Solo type of vibe. It's really fun.
Okay.
It's really fun.
Okay.
You do have, of course, the dialogue, which you get to pick your own decisions. However, there is a chance, which has never been performed, I believe, in the past Fallout games, where you can redeem yourself. Yep, Pravarti, that's the girl. That's the girl who Ashley Birch is voicing. And Crazy. But I will say, just because you have a bad relationship with one person, that does not mean it's over. You can redeem yourself and help, and to gain your to gain trust back from them, and to still be friends. And you want to be good terms with everybody, because you don't want people hunting you down across the galaxy like Han Solo to Boba Fett. So the game, I know I've rarely scratched the surface. I haven't received my power weapons yet that we see in, of course, in past Fallout games and Mass Effect. I will add that, but even though if it doesn't win an award for the best RPG, because again it's facing a lot of other contenders, I do recommend a must play, and that's all I can say. So yeah, I can't wait to play more. What's the next nominees? Or if you want to pick like two more and such, because
Can I say something random though?
yeah, sure. What's up?
I love it. I'm looking at the category for multiplayer.
Yeah, sure, sure.
I love it how Tetris 99 is on there.
Let's talk about that one then.
Okay, what's the nominees for best multiplayer game, man?
We got Apex Legends,
Oh God.
Borderlands 3,
Yes.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare,
No.
Tetris 99,
Yes.
and Division 2.
Oh damn it! Yes. Oh jeez. Oh
So I'm voting for
man.
Tetris 99.
Oh jeez. Borderlands 3 for me. Oh man. See, that's tough. I mean, okay, Julisa, have you played any of those multiplayer games at least?
I played Tetris 99.
Ooh, okay.
And a little bit of Apex Legend, actually. So I was like, I can do this. I can play a battle royale type game. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. Nope.
No, I understand.
Agreed. That was me. That was also my experience.
Tetris 99, Julissa, is that your game to win best multiplayer?
Yeah, because I don't know about anybody else.
Understandable. So
I've never seen anyone play. This is what sucks with not living with my brother anymore. He was also my companion in video games. I would just watch him play, and that's why I love watching people play video games. Yeah. Now I'm in the background. He's like, I'm stuck, and I was like, shrug, and he's like, you're right. I should do that next.
Oh wow. So why Tetris 99? In your opinion, like
I mean, Tetris 99 is also battle royale, so that works.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, one, it's a classic, and then two, I think it's kind of awesome. You're like against all of these other people at the same time, and like when you're like playing the game, you get so like hyped when you see someone else fall. Like you're like, oh yeah, that person's dead. All right, that person's dead. And I suck at Tetris. And I love it. I'm like, yay! I did better than someone.
TLBX champion 2020. I'm sorry.
We're not opening that right now.
Dang it!
I just think it's so funny that my standards are low. As long as I'm not the first person out, I'm good.
It's fun.
I think those are pretty basic standards.
I mean, it's a fun game, especially since it's free. It is free. If you have a Nintendo Switch, it's a free download. The only things if you want to purchase, if you want to gain I know this is it was a controversial poll, but if you want to get the single player stuff like play against the computer, yada yada yada, but the game is still free, so I do highly recommend it. My multiplayer nominee that I want to pick and has to be Borderlands. What's that now? What's free on Switch? Oh, Tetris 99. It's free. I know it's free. Just the battle royale mode of it. You can download it right now. Have fun. Face against a random person. Enjoy yourself. It's a great game. My nominee, however, for best multiplayer game, it's gonna be Borderlands 3. I will pick Borderlands 3 to be my nominee for and pick for best multiplayer game of the year. I'm still wrapping up. I'm still trying to get back into the game myself. However, I had a great time playing with Carlton, aka Lawmaker Blue. Shout outs to him. Basically, just like a bit of Half-Life 3-ish, but not too close to the year gap. Borderlands 2 came out in 2012. Then I know 2015-ish, I believe, we had Borderlands the pre-sequel. Then around 2014, 2013 was pre-sequel. Excuse me, sorry to get the dates wrong. 2015 and around 2014, we finally got the Handsome Collection. And, well, here we go. Borderlands 3. It definitely takes place right after the second campaign, and why not?
I count the Telltale games as part of the
Yes,
Borderlands game
to be
too.
and I don't know if you're going to be getting Borderlands 3. I don't know if you do first person shooters like that, Julisa. But I do have good news for you. I know you're not liking, the Telltale, the breakout and shutdown, but Reese is in the game. He's in the game. I did meet up with him. The one
I've seen the trailer. It looks fucking awesome.
Yes, so I'm like,
But games like that, I'm scared.
No. He's hilarious.
I'm barely into Gears of War.
He's hilarious. I can't say any more spoilers. I will tell you off screen. I mean, offline and stuff like that. But you're gonna like his story. I promise you, because I only there's a lot more that's coming in. The coolest thing about this game, of course, is 4-player co-op, different characters, different abilities, and you thought Handsome Jack was worse. The Calypso twins will piss you off to the point where you want to beat the game so badly so you can kick their asses later. But
because that's good for my raging. That's so good.
Yes. I definitely give this game worth a try. I am crossing my fingers because I know it's being experimented on right now as we speak. I don't know if it's confirmed, but cross-platform play has been rumored, meaning that we can play with PS4 and PC people, or what Destiny did for Destiny 2, cross-saving, meaning I can transfer my character from PC and to PlayStation. So yes,
that's cool too.
So, but again, that's my nominee for best multiplayer. I don't know. I wish I could say more for Apex Legends, and I know it's a great game. However, I'm not into battle royales that much myself. It's fun to play with friends, but not my cup of tea. So yeah.
Okay. I'll go through a couple more categories real quick.
Sure. What's up?
Next one is the I want to bring up best action game, because there's a certain game in here that a lot of people are upset did not get into Game of the Year nomination. So real quick, action nominees are Apex Legends, Astro Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus.
Okay, so what's the one that did not make the list?
Devil May Cry 5. There's a lot of outliers saying that Devil May Cry 5 got robbed.
You know what? There's also a lot of outcry as well with Death Stranding, which got in as too soon. Because I'm like, really?
I mean, it made the cutoff date, which is fair, but
I get it, but
I think more people are upset about the possible favoritism for the game.
Yeah.
Because Keighley is a huge Kojima super fan, obviously.
Yeah, and you can see Kojima and Keighley in after 2 weeks. There's a picture with him, and I'm like, okay. No disrespect to the both of them. It's just like, hold on. I mean, Death Stranding, oh my lord.
I mean, it's not like he picks the nominees, because everything. The nominees and winners are picked outside of him. He just presents them.
Yeah, because how nomination works, folks, is based off on the Entertainment Software Ratings Association and some journalists from various outputs. We're not one of them yet. We are not one of them yet. But
yeah, it's mostly journalists though.
But yes, and I know some of them, which is kind of funny. Who I saw who was in the selecting panel, so that was kind of interesting. I do want to say for the Devil May Cry, what happened? That's weird. I
don't know. I've not played the game myself, but I know
the
game was back in the first place.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It was a surprise for us last year when it was announced in E3. It was definitely one of the surprises. However, not being nominated, that's weird. You see Metro Exodus there, I'm like, okay. And I know Julisa just started on Gears 5 and stuff, and that definitely should be nominated, because Rod Ferguson and the Coalition did an amazing job. And I know, Julisa, you're liking it so far.
I like it. I really love Gears. Gears had me a little bit on 3, totally had me completely on 4. And I'm in it to win it now with 5.
So you know, when are we gonna be training? Come on. So you're gonna be competing, right? Let's go, Jules. Let's go. Kappa in chat for Jules
Hold
to
on,
also
let me do
compete.
my favorite. Trying to do my Tina impersonation.
Oh my
Great job,
lord. Tina, move the car. It's the only car in the parking lot. Oh my lord, that scene.
Just turn right. Or
Turn
left.
right, turn left, Tina. And oh man, butts. Yeah, yo, like,
Okay. Next one here, real quick, but definitely one I know you will enjoy. Best performance. So this is going out to all the different voice actors, motion captures that have been in games recently.
oh,
So we
boy.
got Ashley Burch as Pavardi in Outer Worlds,
Hey.
Courtney Hope as Jessie in Control,
Oh damn.
Laura Bailey as Kate in Gears 5,
My
Mads
wife.
Mikkelsen, Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding, uh, Matthew Peretta as Dr. Casper Darling in Control, and of course Norman Reedus as Sam Bridges in Death
Oh my
Stranding.
god, that's not fair, yo. Oh my lord.
I mean,
It's not fair because Laura's gonna win.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. Laura's gonna win.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Laura's like a veteran in voice acting at this point,
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's got it in the bag.
She's
yeah.
freaking
Oh, I
glorious.
wasn't basing it based on Gears of War 5, so
Well, yeah, I heard she did a good job
Actually-
in that as well.
yeah.
I've only seen gameplay. Thank you, Julisa, for playing. But I've been
my
following
gosh.
Laura for like a really long time, and then
Yeah.
I found out she was in Critical Role, so that just made Critical Role
Mhm.
that much better.
Yeah, she's main
So-
cast, right?
She's phenomenal.
Okay.
All right.
She's been in both campaigns.
It's going to be a heck of a award show, especially since these nominees are, I mean, we have to admit 2019 was another great year for gaming, us and Hall,
Yeah.
especially since we all know that this is it, because when holiday 2020 hits, it's time to move on. Some of us are definitely going to move on to the next gen, and some of us are going to do our best to, you know, stick with our Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s, or an Nintendo Switch 3.0, or whatever model we're on, because
It'd be 2.0 at that rate.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is, we can still vote, right? Voting polls are now
Yeah,
open for this.
it's still open.
Okay,
'Cause
so
it's asking me if I want to vote. So
Animal
Folks.
Crossing in March. Oh yes, absolutely. We will definitely be streaming Animal Crossing once it comes out.
Animal Coursing, that's a game.
Crossing.
Coursing?
You know
I don't
what
know
he
that. Animal Coursing?
Crossing.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
Oh,
about. No
man.
idea at all.
That's definitely.
I completely forgot my game.
Oh boy,
Everyone's
I'm
died.
kidding,
Carrying
man.
Animal Crossing on my back. You already know how I do. I missed the 10 million bells in the streets.
Where'd you come from?
Downstairs.
Nice,
You know the one I
nice.
haven't. I can't wish you. The one that I haven't played yet that I want to play is Three Houses Fire Emblem.
Oh, that's what
Yes.
you. Oh
That's
man,
in the it should be in the strategy games actually.
it's the nominees. One of the nominees
Yeah,
for best
yeah,
strategy
it is.
games.
I see it.
Shout out to Denise who still has my Switch.
So you need to get yourself
You
that.
heard Switch already?
She's
You
okay.
still haven't
Behind the
played
scenes,
it? That's great.
behind the scenes, because she is actually playing the Three Houses as we speak, and she can't get into the new colors for the Nintendo Switch Lite. We're actually waiting. She's actually waiting, and we are actually waiting for the Animal Crossing Lite to be revealed and shown, so she can start putting money down on that.
Hopefully by
That's
then they solve the
Oh,
drifting
that's cool.
issue. Because the Switch Lite still have the drifting issue problem.
I
You know
heard
it's
about
real.
that. Yeah.
And it's a big issue on that since you can't take the Joy-Cons off, so...
Oh, that.
Yeah, trust me, I'm
Yeah,
very
that's
aware.
right.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I want to do, like, I'm really glad that I have the Switch that I have, but I want to get the purple and orange Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
expensive,
The Halloween
but I
ones,
really
yeah.
want them.
Yo,
I saw
want
those.
the red... Shout out to my boy Etika. He had this pair. He had a pink,
Etika, yeah.
dark red. That's what I want.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Is that customizable, or you?
You can just, I'm pretty sure you could just buy those.
Okay,
But
okay.
You have, shout outs to Etsy because I saw some nice PlayStation-esque ones on there. Might have to get those.
Oh wow.
I still love my
Find it.
custom tier one.
Etsy is life.
They even got a commercial. See that little commercial they got?
Oh yeah, I've seen the commercials.
Oh wow. Okay, so
All right. So to close out this topic, I actually want to, because we didn't actually quite address it. We just kind of went through it, but want to actually circle back to the Game of the Year awards nominees and one more discuss. Who do you think will win? Not our favorites. Who do you think will win? Greg, you start.
what are the nominees one more time? I'm so sorry. Well, actually, wait. I can bring them up. I can bring
Yeah,
this up.
I'll go through them again. So it's Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds.
I gotta give it to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm sorry. As much as I want to say everything looks great, Death Stranding was worth the wait for 3 years. Outer Worlds definitely worth the wait for 2. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. I've seen gameplay. I know Erisel still wants to play that game. I know she still wants to play that game, and that
I do still want to.
it's like an answer for people who love Dark Souls and the Bloodborne series. And Resident Evil 2. I mean, hey, if you guys like that creepy mod, go ahead. And Control. I heard Control was really good because that game is legit on the on the underdog side, because even Kojima gave it praise for a single player game, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna check that out. However, out of all those games, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, due to the fact that it's definitely replayable, it's heck of replayable. You get new content. You have the ability to make your own maps. You have Sakurai just announced 2 more fighter slots, folks, for everyone listening, whoever doesn't even have this game
More than
yet.
2.
What? See, y'all, we're getting greedy. We're getting greedy.
There's a whole new slew of characters coming.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
after whoever secured the 5, we're basically officially getting a Fighters Pass 2.
Oh jeez.
Straight up.
We're just waiting to see how many characters are going to be in that Fighter Pass, but they'll probably talk about that after whoever character 5 is.
Yeah.
Sonic still needs a co-star.
Oh wow.
Exactly. My boy Nucky.
For Big John's, before I forget, and before we move on to the next person to announce their nominees, I know Big John just showed me this. I think he's look at these Joy-Cons. Wow, dude,
Ooh,
what? $184.95 though? What?
It's custom.
Wait, how
Those
much
look really
it
nice.
costs?
$184.95.
Oh hell no!
Jinxie on Minnesota.
Look, that's how Etsy rolls, man.
Oh, Jules, if they made an Xbox
I'm
custom
gonna stick with my
would you get it?
$70 purple.
Yes, I would if they did make an Xbox.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
okay.
But the buttons are gonna be different, right? Hold on.
I mean, as long as you remember what button does what, you'll be fine.
Yeah, Jules, it's...
No, I'll be fine. I mean, if they
Yeah.
had something that was like a bright green, yes.
Question.
Ooh, if someone could make me some Slytherin Joy-Cons, bro.
Ooh.
Oh wow! I know. Hey, Matt.
I just got so excited.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Matt, doesn't Tanisha have the see-through purple Game Boy Color purple see-through?
Seriously?
Yes. There's
Yeah,
such thing. There's such thing.
Do not play with my emotions. Where is it?
Oh wow! I'm not making fun. Hold on. There's a link. There's a link.
I will get you a link.
While this is happening.
She
Yeah.
has the purple ones.
Oh, wait.
I have a set of teal ones.
Wow.
Because I still have my Game Boy Color. That's the see-through purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Larny has.
My
that. Shout
godmother
out to
had a
Larny.
green one,
Shout
but
out
I
to
broke
Larny.
it on my stepbrother's head. So
Whoa.
That's horrible. What the? What?
listen, I was 11. I was very
Okay, no,
angry
you're
as
good.
a child.
You're good. Okay, never mind. You said 11. It's okay. Yep. We were all angry. But
Okay.
We're
Erisel.
90s kids.
Erisel, who do you think will win?
True.
Erisel, who do you think will win out of all the categories?
Okay, so for me, it's a toss-up because I know that Death Stranding, there's been, or I've heard talks of, I haven't heard any details of controversy, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'd have to go between Death Stranding and Super Smash.
why? Like, do you like why? Is there a possible chance you can give us that a reason?
So some of the controversy I've heard stems from some of the actual content, which is why I don't want to go too far into it. Mostly because one, I haven't played it or seen the gameplay myself.
Yeah.
Two, a lot of it's hearsay, so I don't want to like get into the weeds of it. But regardless of that, so many people have been talking about it online. I live on Twitter mostly, so more people have been talking about Death Stranding than they've been talking about anything else. And you know how it gets sometimes when something's really, really popular, sooner or later, you just know they're going to win one award or another. So I don't know. That's why I'm stuck between the two of them, because I just feel like it's been so popular. Gotcha. One, because of whatever's been going on within the game, and then two, just because everyone's been, like you said, waiting for it and talking about it. So, you know.
And
right.
Okay. Big John, Jules, do you want to take over? Well, Matt's trying to find that controller picture.
I can't really weigh in for the game of the year. I've only ever played Smash. I've seen how Control looks like through trailers, and I have yet to... Wait, did I see someone play Resident Evil 2? Isn't it
I think Jaylene played it,
and Brandon.
Okay.
Both our very own Brandon and see, even Remy agrees to give it to Ultimate. So yeah, because as much as I think Death Stranding is a great game, I still think and hey, like graphic wise, beautiful, awesome, replay value. After you beat it, I don't know. I haven't reached to the point where I beat the story and stuff like that. However, like I feel like it's too soon, and I love Kojima. I love his work. Metal Gear, awesome. However, I feel like it's too soon to give that game of the year, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Big John, how about you, man? I mean, what do you think? I know you've seen gameplay for some of these games. I know you've seen, and I don't think he's there. Probably stepped down.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, my bad. Like, what do you out of the categories? Out of the games? What do you think?
After all this hype that Smash has accumulated, I gotta give it a Smash.
There you go.
Like straight up.
There you go.
Shout out to Kojima, but Sakurai been out here grinding these streets just as hard. You know what I'm saying?
No. There's. Oh wow. Okay, here's the controls. Hold on. Sorry. There you go.
You see, shout outs to Etsy. Hello.
Jeez, wow. That's cheaper than the PlayStation. This is nice. Oh wow.
That's beautiful.
Let me go ahead and save this.
I'm trying to find the ones that Tanisha has.
Right.
Quick question. Quick question. I heard people have done this by themselves. Like they actually they've actually done customization to their own controllers and put the casing by themselves. Is that still a thing?
You can do it yourself.
Delicate hands.
Well, obviously, yeah. But okay, but all right, this is cool.
Well, I got fat meaty sausage fingers, so I ain't doing it.
It's a big shot. Hey.
All of that.
Ooh, I can ask my brother. Oh, see, even Kai said it. And yeah, see, Remy said, okay, continue, Big John. Like,
That's true. Yeah, good point, Remy.
Yeah, and yeah, just Death Stranding just released. There's no point. I'm sorry. And this is Tanisha's.
You know them Joy-Con boys.
Who are you apologizing to? I don't care. I ain't playing Death Stranding.
There you go.
But Big John.
I don't even like Norman like that.
Big John, any extra thoughts while we're going through the Joy-Con pictures?
What happened?
Any extra thoughts to share?
About the game of the year. I mean, for Ultimate, especially since you said you definitely did say Sakurai is grinding, and yes, he's hella grinding. I mean, the dude really is just released Terry, and there's more empty slots of invitations to give out to other characters as well.
Yep,
so
in the game, spoilers, but I am going to be an unlockable character. He invited me.
Stop! Oh my lord, this man. Okay, all right. Matt, what about you, man? I mean, yeah.
Ooh. So I'll admit, I've not played through everything. I've played through. Actually, when we played through two of these games, just Sekiro and Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
But looking at these overall, it's kind of difficult to choose, and it's mainly because they're all so great, but they're all great in different ways. Like based on what I've seen, Control for example, it's a nice um short and sweet, barely has any filler type of game, and that's not a lot
Mhm.
you see these type of days because everyone's focused on uh the big open world or 80 to 100 hour experience. While Control knows what it is, and it's kind of a real good get in get out kind of experience. Um,
Okay. Okay.
go to what I know, Sekiro. Sekiro, another evolution of the Soulsborne formula. Focusing more on parrying this time around. Um, and I was actually kind of surprised that they ditched a lot of the customization stuff and RPG
That's
grinding.
weird.
And you would think like it would make it a lesser experience, but
Really?
it
Oh wow.
it's still great and actually makes it even a lot harder since you're
Yeah.
more focused on parrying the game. Oh
Oh
boy,
yeah.
that game will kick your ass. I don't care who you are.
I mean, Bloodborne was a good example, especially in the first few hours of the game.
Exactly.
Oh
It
Lord.
Um,
just gets me hyped for Elden Ring. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
what
So
else? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, no. Continue. Continue. You're good. You're good. I mean,
Okay.
like,
What else? Death Stranding. I know it's been getting a lot of like back and forth talk here and there. But I think it comes down to like what people expect out of the game because I'm hearing different kind of reactions depending on like if you are looking for the big open world 80 to 100 hour experience, and I can understand how people will be disappointed considering how it was advertised, but it seems like it's not trying to be that kind of game, even though it looks like that kind of game. And it seems to be more trying to offer uh, a longer, thought provoking kind of experience.
yes. Okay.
And despite what we see in the market, again, not like we've seen prior to this. Um, Resident Evil is Resident Evil, not in a bad way or anything, but like it's definitely if you're playing Resident Evil 2, you know exactly what you're getting. And considering 2 was considered one of the best of the series prior, and we're getting that now just with a wonderful new coat of paint.
Oh my gosh, man. Let's just say Capcom, because I knew this remake was coming, especially since they just announced just now, folks. Breaking news. Rumor has it RE3 will be remade. Heads up.
Of course.
It's not an official announcement yet, but
It's a
it, it
rumor.
it's
So
happening.
it's oh god dang it. Shoot. I mean
They're taking the closed mouth approach this time around when it comes to marketing.
I mean, to be fair and honest with you, if you played the original games, don't expect the game just because you played the original back on the PS1 to help you out because it's a brand new game, especially since you never did have a Mr. X type character follow you around from what I remember. Cuz
Hmm.
and especially since you really got to think now because what am I gonna carry? What I mean, it's just like the original games. You guys figure out what you gotta carry, what you're gonna break down, what are you gonna store for use later. It's I mean, it can be it can be challenging. And from what I saw from what Galen and Brandon can play, and from what Brandon played, it was fun. It was really fun. So,
Right.
but what the heck is this? But sorry,
It's
sorry,
the art director from Pokemon.
but I do have a question from
Oh,
Remy.
he drew. Oh, wow, he
Yeah,
drew it.
yeah. I've been following for a while.
Okay. That is cool.
Okay,
I love art.
I will show them. I will show the people this later because we still need to move on with the next topic at the next
Oh,
two announcements at hand. And no, sorry to cut everyone's
no, yeah. I'll try
thoughts
to go quick with the last two, but
short. But Remy
what I
did
say?
ask. Oh,
Was
go.
that
Remy did ask this. Do you think Death Stranding may be set in the same universe as Horizon, as in Horizon Zero Dawn, or was that just an Easter egg to pay homage to the engine? It's an Easter egg.
Easter egg?
It's
Yes.
an Easter egg.
Because
Because
basically, Kojima Productions and Guerrilla Games have been like real buddy buddy.
oh man,
Guerrilla Games basically offered all the backbone in terms of how the game is structured. That's why he was able to show off that first bit of footage so early. So They're separate worlds, but the studios are basically best friends right now.
I can't find it, but I think it was it was an old post. It was a Kojima congratulating Guerrilla Games on the release of Killzone. The Killzone Shadow. I forgot the one of the launch titles, the Killzone launch title for the PS4.
Mhm.
It was a picture of Snake. How should I say? He had one of the Hellgas soldiers in a headlock in interrogation and stuff like that. I was like, yo, what the best of both worlds.
But
So
no, they're just
yeah,
friends, and
yeah.
there's even one of those. And this is not like like a rumor, more like one of those fun things that sounds believable, but there's already like word around that we'll probably see Norman Reedus' character as playable in Horizon 2.
Oh no,
Which
it doesn't
I
exist.
mean, like I said, the tech
Doesn't
is already
exist.
there. It's just a matter of bringing it over, maybe shooting a couple more mocap shots. But considering they're already close like that, it's not a unfeasible possibility.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, we've seen previous Sony exclusive studios, and congratulating back and forth via artwork. We've seen the God of War team, Santa Monica Studios, congratulating Kojima for Death Stranding. We've
Mhm.
seen the same with Guerrilla doing with that as well, and with The Last of Us 2 announcement. So don't I mean especially Kojima. Kojima is like the king of Easter eggs. So
Oh yeah,
you're gonna expect a lot of Easter eggs, and I'm avoiding all spoilers for this because I knew about the tall neck because that was retweeted by him. So I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. So yeah, but other than
with
that,
the Easter egg.
you're gonna see
But
a lot more. But continue, Matt. Thank you.
yeah, we're getting off topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Outer Wars. That's the one I'll admit. I've had the least experience with, but for what I've seen, it is basically Fallout New Vegas in space, which says a lot considering how monumental Fallout New Vegas was, and not just um in pedigree, but in content as well. Um, I know what is it? Outer Worlds does not have an open world exactly, right? That'd be the only downside I can see from the game. I wouldn't
Oh,
even consider that a downside, just something different.
really? Okay.
But
Okay.
and with that said, I would honestly give it to once again Smash because there's
There
so
you
much to
go.
do. There's so much content. There's so many fighters. It's
Hey.
my biggest commitment with it, not just the fact that there's so many fighters, but there's so many fighters while still balanced. Like usually, like what was it? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back in the day. Honestly, you can just play that game with just Sentinel, Storm, and Magneto, and just demolish everybody because it's that broken.
Oh my lord.
And
No.
it's an unfortunate symptom of the game having a huge 50 plus fighter roster. With this game, we have what almost 80 now, and the the fighters are still pretty darn balanced, which is a
Hmm.
huge feat. So like you don't see that kind of work in other fighters. So like I got to give it a smash on this one.
There you have it, folks. I mean, you heard Smash from all five of us in this podcast. I mean, but we'll see what happens because when's the Game Awards? And be sure to vote, guys, because this is it.
December. Oh, I should have had this prepped. Uh,
It's fine.
I,
It is fine.
December 12th, I think.
Oh wow.
yes, thank you.
Oh
Not too
wow.
far away.
So be sure to vote, guys. TheGameAwards.com. So be sure to check it out. Thank you guys for joining us. Episode 0, The Taste Test. I'm Greg M. Here with Matt, Julisa, Big John, and Erisel. Thank you guys. I mean, wow. 2 hours and 40 minutes into this podcast.
I was about to ask how we're doing on
Oh
time.
my god. Wow.
Can I end it with my announcement then?
Well, we still have a lot to cover, but actually make your announcement now. Let's do it.
Okay.
Do it,
You want me
Jules.
to do it now? Oh, okay, I thought
Do
you
it,
were
Jules.
like done. I
No,
was just
we're
like,
not done.
wait.
We're not done. We have a lot. We still have a little bit more stuff to
Like
cover.
you were wrapping up. I was about to ask.
I am not wrapping. No, guys. To be fair, episode 0, it's not just a test, but this is also for everybody because again, you all have been waiting so long for us to come back with a podcast. We had to do our research. We had to get better equipment thanks to hard work and the push, and a lot of shopping, a lot of personal shopping was involved. Again, we would not be here without you guys as well to, since you kept asking and pushing, that means, hey, we're going to give it back to you. We just need time. And you gave us time, and look, we're delivering to you guys. Look at that. Look at this. We have a brand new follower. We have 300 biddies donated to us. I mean, what do you think, guys? That's good. And we have how many people watching? We have what? 7 people watching? It went 11 people was the highest today. So, and we have 8 or 7 watching us right now or tuning in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And if you haven't already, Millie rocks in moral support. Thanks, Kai. Be sure to press that follow button. Help support the Lunchbox publications. Turn on the bell every time we go live. I guess we can say Friday. Not next Friday, guys, because that's Black Friday. It is going to be Thanksgiving weekend. We will be off. I'm glad we picked the right time to be part of this, to start this episode. I guess we could say Friday. Friday nights, if that's cool with everyone.
Friday nights.
Love Friday.
Yeah.
Friday nights. All right.
Friday nights work.
Cool.
But Julisa, back to you.
Julisa, again, take over. What do you want to make?
Okay.
Here we go.
You're
I've
so
been trying to
precious.
contain this so long. Okay.
Get ready,
so for
'cause-
anyone who does not know, I am a giant fan for this podcast called Welcome to Night Vale.
Wait, you're not a giant fan of our pot? Wow. Well, this is going to be the last episode.
I'm gonna second that
Yes.
because Welcome to Night Vale is freaking amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
They were first
Shout out
before
to
us.
Cecil and Carlos. But anyways,
There you go. That's the one.
today they just dropped that the tickets are on sale for their live shows. Now, this podcast, normally, if you guys don't know, it's a twice monthly podcast, which is the style of a community update for a small deserted town, featuring the local weather, which is, if you ever listen to it, it's just music. They also have news, announcements for the sheriff's secret police, mysterious lights in the sky, and dark-hued figures with unknowable powers and culture events. So this show's really sci-fi. It's weird. It is awesome. Now,
Well, it's not always. I mean, there was that one weather announcement where there were a bunch of angels clouding the sky.
that's true.
Screaming.
What?
Yeah, the show's weird.
It was a thing.
Why?
The show's really weird. One of their saying is, if you see something, say nothing and drink to forget.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah. That's
But-
exactly it.
Yeah, but the show, even though it's a podcast and they're now doing live shows, the live shows don't actually they're not a part of the main story. So if you've never listened to Night Vale or not even caught up with all the episodes, you can easily go to a live show, and they always announce the characters within each episode, so you don't really feel lost, and you actually gain attachments with these characters. So the tickets,
It's almost as if that they know that we forget about them, and so they have to remind us every single time.
I know, it's just like when they named the farmer.
Remember the intern? Wait, is he still alive?
I don't know. But that's a run-on joke for you that don't ever listen to this. Interns always die in the show.
Oh boy.
There's always a new intern every episode.
This is Welcome to Night Vale podcast, not the Lunchbox publications.
True.
Thank you.
One has actually survived and became mayor. The other one, they thought she was dead the whole time, but she was in this alternate universe. Complicated.
Wow.
It's extreme, but in the best ways.
Yeah.
So would you say the live shows they give enough information so even if someone has never indulged a single bit of Night Vale, they'll be able to understand it with the shows?
As long as you know that it's going to be weird, you're prepared.
Cool,
Exactly.
cool.
Julisa, aren't you going to be at the April show, April 2nd, Thursday at Lincoln Theater?
Yeah, in our area, it's going to be in the Lincoln Theater in April. So it's a ways from now, but this show is so popular, they have world tours. They tour in other countries too, and they're based in the US.
Wow, that's
So
cool.
it will sell out.
Okay, can they come to the Dominican Republic, please?
Oh
And
my
thank you.
god.
I'm not asking for a lot. Just come to my little island.
Let me check the
Check the live show list.
Let me check.
I think they're doing their US tour right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they go to Puerto Rico, I can always hop, skip, and jump.
Yeah, it's always sold out. Oh, they also have some already planned out for the UK.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Ireland,
this right here.
Germany, Czech Republic, Denmark, Sweden,
Poland,
Finland.
My house.
They get sold out so quickly that sometimes they have to add a second show, second day.
Damn.
Because they're that amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scott and Alex for tuning in. Welcome to episode 0. Jules.
Hello.
So this is definitely a recommendation for those living in the DMV area to check them out in this coming April, correct?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. What is the price, if you don't mind me asking, the price for tickets?
The price for tickets?
Because Kai apparently is surprised at this information. She legit was cursing like, yeah, she dropped the F-bomb a bit.
Oh my!
She didn't know they were coming.
She?
She dropped just one F-bomb, and just to cause.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it.
No, it's on chat. It's in the chat.
Well, it's $30.
Really?
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Okay.
I see why I can get sold out so quick.
Okay, guys, check it. We just got our first Twitch Prime sub for the day. Hey, let's go.
Thanks for the sub.
Thank you, Scott. Enjoy the emote. Thanks for using your Twitch Prime account. And even Scott subscribed for 3 months at tier 1. Wow. Okay.
Thank you, guys. You're so
Thank
awesome.
you. Wow. First
to you.
How's the affection?
Welcome to Nightville. You can literally listen to them wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're not a listener, because it's like a listening type thing, they also have books.
Oh, okay.
We heart you too.
No.
Foxy, Proxy, Roxy.
Kai, thank you for resubbing. Wow, we have 3 reaps. Wow, 3
we
people.
did.
Wow,
we got
thank
so
you.
into whatever it was we were talking about that we did not see that.
To be fair, it didn't
So
pop
much
up in
love.
my activity feed. So thank you, Kai, for resubbing to the channel. Thank you again to Scott. Thank you again to Alex. Wow, I'm surprised. This is first time in history.
Loving the love. No.
You can't get this on Tiny Chat. You can't get this on Tiny Chat. Shoot. Wow, crazy.
Bloody Tiny Chat.
So be sure to check them. Oh, complete. Go.
No, I was gonna say, so Erisel, make sure you're like, come back real quick and then go back to DR so we can.
I'm seriously thinking about it, or just like postponing my trip.
just by like a few weeks, you know.
I'm just saying, it's just a farm. It will always be there.
You're really trying to tempt her. Oh my god.
It's only by a few weeks.
I was tempted before.
Yeah.
She leaves a month before the show starts, so.
Please, the dark days are over. Oh man, just do it, Jill. I mean, come on, Erisel, at least for this one, you gotta go. There's no way. When are you gonna...
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't need to convince me. I'm already totally thinking. My mother doesn't even want me to leave.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you out as not just a coworker, but a family friend. Come on. All right,
unless you want to go all the way up to New York and watch it before you leave.
I really don't. No one needs to do that. Plus, I'd rather go with a friend.
Yay!
Well, check them out, guys. They are coming to the DC area, to Lincoln Theater, April 2nd, Thursday. Be sure to go to welcometonightville.com/live to buy your tickets. And speaking of tickets, I can't believe they announced the same time that they're on sale. For those who don't know, for the Overwatch 2020 season, for the Overwatch League, we are now going to full franchise mode. It is now official. Wow, thank you, Scott, for cheering 10 bits. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Scotty.
Thanks, Scott. It's official. You may now buy your Washington Justice tickets here in DC. There will be, how should I say, live at the Anthem by the waterfront and the new DC Sports Arena, Entertainment Sports Arena next to Capitol. Which metro station in the Green Line, by the way?
Wait.
I'm actually not sure because I haven't been there yet.
I actually went there last year for the Red Bull event before I met up with Julisa for the Mike Shinoda concert, so that's kind of funny. But it's happening, guys. Tickets are on sale as we speak. The first homestand event, guys, happens in the Anthem, and that's going to be on February 22nd to the 23rd. So please be sure to check them out, and go to Ticketmaster.com for more information, and of course to get your tickets. I will be going to this event, so just a heads up for everybody. I don't know who else in my squad or my family will be there, but be sure to find me, and check it out. And it's gonna be interesting since a lot of traveling is going to be involved for the first time for the league and organization, because some people need to go to Paris or South Korea for their games and matches. So that is going to be fun. All right, so those are our two major announcements that's going on locally for the DC area for both Welcome to Night Vale and the Overwatch League for the Washington Justice. So what's next, guys? Let's break it down. Let's keep going.
Break it down.
Yes.
So we're going off what we have here. We have stuff about talking about some recent trailers we've been seeing.
Oh yeah.
Like Sonic?
Yeah.
Like that one?
Call of the Wild.
How it looks better now?
Yes,
Sonic looks so much better now.
We need to give that studio.
No teeth.
We need to give Paramount and the studio.
I have thoughts about Sonic.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Play the trailer.
Yeah, well, I can't, of course, not with sound, but what's up, Matt? What are you going to bring up?
I mean, it looks better. That's not what everyone just needs to know. I'm pretty sure they've watched everyone enough.
See,
there are no teeth, you guys, if you haven't seen it yet.
I mean...
So first let me preface that I have been a super long time Sonic fan. Sonic was actually the very first video game I played, starting from Sonic 2 way back in '92.
Oh, snap.
I'm an OG, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I've just been having issues with Sonic as a brand, considering that not all the games have been created equal.
Okay.
I feel very burnt by the main development team's last iteration of Sonic Forces. Not even just Sonic Forces, just the last few times they've been trying to get the brand off the pop. And so coming from all that and going to this, like, I didn't ask for a movie. I can't think of I didn't ask for a Sonic movie. I know it's going to have an audience. I know that the movie is definitely made for kids, as you can see just by the bits of footage that's played on the screen right now. Yes, I know it's designed to be very campy, but it's just not hitting for me. I'm sorry. And keep in mind,
I feel that.
And with all that, I'm not even talking about the design itself. I understand there's different iterations, different designs of Sonic in general, but like even with that controversy removed, it just does not look like that much of an interesting movie to me. I just can't get with it.
Not even for Jim Carrey.
I have separate problems with Jim Carrey.
I want to give Jim Carrey his props, but I feel like even he's been a hit or miss actor for me.
I guess they never miss, huh?
All right.
Oh, sorry. Too much TikTok.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
And listen, I 100% hope that I am wrong. I'm hoping that this is like a standout hit, one of the best things we see out of Sonic. But I've been burned too many times.
I feel that.
I don't want to be hurt again.
It's not me. It's you.
I mean, I don't want to put it like that, but
no, totally put it like that. It's a long-standing relationship. You were allowed to say what you got to.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you guys think about the movie?
I mean,
I kind of want to watch it.
I do want to watch.
I'll be really honest. I'm not at all interested in it.
I do want to watch this to support it. Due to the fact that they did listen to us, like change it, change the design because it looked horrid, and it was,
Oh, no, the new design does look good. In fact, if you guys have at all have seen there's a set of Sonic Adventure shorts on their YouTube.
Uh-huh.
All 2D.
oh
They're like 5 minutes each.
Those are
They
so
were
good.
designed by a guy named, and I might butcher here, Tyler Heath,
Oh yeah,
who
Tyler has. I follow him on Twitter
yeah,
too. I follow all these artists on Twitter. I look it up.
but
nice.
because he had with the Sonic comics for a long time as well. So
Mhm.
when Paramount came stepped back and said, "Hey, we need to go ahead and redesign how Sonic looks in this movie," they got him to make this design for the Sonic movie. So
Oh
100% props to him. He's been doing a standout job in making Sonic look good, not just with this movie, but the brand in general. The
Uh-huh.
Tyson Heath, there we go. Yeah,
oh
so
man.
shout out to Tyson. He's been putting in that work. He needs a proper contract with Sega so they can keep him and keep that good work flowing.
Oh yeah. I mean, like the first design was I was really looking at it. And I said, "Oh man, we need some help here because this is really bad. This is really really bad." Then when I found out that they're gonna delay because of the way Sonic looked, then I was like, "Okay, good." So when the new trailer came out, I was like, "Okay, this is cool." And then I said to myself, I know this is a video game movie. I know this is aiming for the kids and the younger generation and for families. However, like I have to support it now because the studio at least listened to us, like the fans, the diehard fans, because when the first trailer came out and the original Sonic looked like that, oh, it was so bad. Like people were like
Yeah,
making.
apparently that first design was a design pushed by one of the executives, and it was hitting to a point where nobody in the company, nobody in the studio liked that design at all.
Oh
I got
man.
a feeling I got a feeling they push out that design to the public first, so we can purposely get that backlash, so that we can have a reason to delay the movie and get the design, or at least the kind of design that they wanted from the get go.
Which is
Yeah, it
good.
is.
Which is good.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good tactic.
Alex said that's right. They could have doubled down, and hid behind the artistic integrity shield and released the movie as it was. Oh boy. So okay.
Yeah, I was
So
talking to people on Reset Era. There's a lot of people hoping that for the DVD, there's a quote unquote director's cut with the original design in it.
oh man.
I'm not watching that one.
Oh
I thought that
no.
was the creator of Sonic that said that.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Yuji Naka hated it. Naoto Oshima hated it. Like
Okay, good, good.
none of the OG people like that design.
Oh no. Oh my lord. No. Oh my gosh. That's I would never watch that. Even Alex said the same thing. All right, so
I
Sonic the
just want to
Hedgehog.
get a Jaleel White dub, please.
Oh, true.
Can I get a Jaleel White
The,
dub? Because
the
I'm definitely not feeling this voice actor at all. I'm not.
yeah, the voice of Dewey from Duck.
Yeah, he's fine on DuckTales, but I
He's
don't know
good in
about this.
Ducktales, but not this one. Not
Isn't he
this.
still doing
Ooh.
stuff with ESPN?
Wait, who? What? Who? What?
Jaleel White.
Is he?
I thought he was a newscaster or something on ESPN.
I think so. I think so. I'm not too sure. I mean,
I just wanna-
I would like who voices him in the video games? I know Trap
Currently is Roger Craig Smith, the same guy who does
I'd rather pick
um
him. I rather
It's
pick
like,
him.
it's like he's been doing it currently, so I'm like, why didn't they just get him to do it?
Yeah.
No, he
See,
can do
yep.
it.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield from
Is it a contract thing or something?
What's that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not up. It's just they, it's Hollywood, and they're just trying to get big time actors or TV actors just to fill in roles for.
Oh no, it's definitely a thing because
Yeah.
that was why, and I know we're not going over it right now, which is fine, but they ended up switching around all the voices for the upcoming Scooby movie because instead of having Frank Welker play Fred, who he's been doing since the OG,
Exactly.
Oh,
they ended up giving that
dude.
Zac Efron, and it's obviously because they want to get that Hollywood clout to it.
Oh yeah. It's.
It I
Yeah.
honestly, he still voices Scooby, and I honestly think the only
Yeah.
reason why he's still there is because there's not a lot, if anyone, in Hollywood who could replicate that voice. So
Yeah,
just
not yeah.
they don't want to risk that.
And he wasn't even the first one to voice Scooby. He just picked it up after the guy who was voicing him at first stopped smoking, so he lost that raspy voice.
Really?
So yeah, like the guy that was voicing Scooby. Unfortunately, he ended up dying. Like Frank Walker's the only one left of the original cast now. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Still going.
But,
okay. Well,
I'm thinking the movie's gonna be all right. And they keep going on Fred's chin. Like Fred ain't had a rectangular chin his whole life. Like what did it? Because it's 3D. Like
Yeah. See, let me call that out because like people
Yeah,
are
please.
knocking on his look. He's had that look since Zombie Island. Everyone loves that movie.
Like what? And this time the monsters are real.
I remember that commercial.
Oh
Like, if it wasn't for Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, that'd be my number one. But hey, Scooby Doo and the Red Shirt Shaggy is the best. So I gotta say. I mean Shaggy.
February 14th, guys. Sonic the Hedgehog hits theaters. Check it out.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll see. I'm guessing the next trailer we're going to talk about, and I know last night we almost got into a little bit bigger. It's kind of controversial, but we'll show footage of the trailer right now. It's Antebellum, the next movie by Jordan Peele.
Oh boy, I'm not sure. So I actually just looked at that a couple hours ago, and I'm gonna be real. Like on an artistic level, it looks phenomenal. On a Matt Green level, I don't think I can watch that movie because there's too many triggers going on in that. There's way too many triggers going on.
Oh my gosh, yes, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh! Now I know what you mean.
Listen, you haven't even gotten to the real stuff, man. Hold on.
Yeah. It's kind of a.
So let me just say, I'm like, it doesn't really like outright say what it's about, but this is me going off of what they give. It seems like there's a guy who is a group who is kidnapping black people and bringing them into an enclosed plantation straight out of the 1800s. And I'm like, there's too much going on here for me here.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
Could be me.
People, the confusing, or not the confusing thing. So there's parallels, there's ties with Octavia Butler's Kindred. Octavia Butler, by the way, is an amazing author. If you guys haven't read any of her things, please do so. Like, read everything.
Okay.
In her just field. Like she's phenomenal as a science fiction writer. And I'm actually, this is on my reading list now because now I just need to know what's going on. But yeah, people are wondering like what exactly is happening. Like, are they literally being sent back in time? Or are they just being kidnapped and taken to this random plantation in the middle of wherever that is?
Yeah, I can't tell if they're throwing some time travel stuff in here or not.
So the actual
village, how they were enclosed and everything, you think?
Yeah, so that's the question that a lot of people on Twitter, at least, because that's where I've been following the conversation, have been like going from. It's like, is it like the village? Are we pulling it M. Night Shyamalan? What's going on here? The interesting controversy is that same day that this dropped, which was yesterday, a writer on Twitter was just like, this is really crazy. She actually created a web series that she's still working on today. It's called Antebellum Avengers, and that actually is more based on Octavia Butler's Kindred, because she in the book the main character is literally time traveling to the 1800s. She meets her ancestors. She goes through being sold into slavery. She becomes like a concubine and things like that. There are a lot of really deep, amazing themes that Octavia Butler kind of just touches upon, and she's just trying to find her way back to her own time, while at the same time kind of being immersed in this whole new society that not new, but old society that she had she didn't really understand as much as she does now that she's immersed in it. And so the writer online, I won't say your name. You guys can look up, the rest of the information if you want. But so she actually, the way that she created her web series and the way that she's working on it is that it focuses a lot more on the aspect of time traveling, and it looks like she's pushing not so much towards a horror idea, but just as the title suggests, they're Avengers, so they're going back in time. They're trying to fix things that have happened during the times of slavery. But where I'm kind of on the fence about, is this really a controversy or not, is that she actually submitted her pilot script to Monkey Paw Productions. So in their terms and conditions, it basically, they own the rights to her script, to that pilot. So if they had taken some of the themes and put it into the movie, there isn't really, for me, I don't feel like there's really anything that she can do about it. I haven't seen anything in the news anywhere, nobody's picking up any articles or anything like that, but it has gotten a lot of traction on Twitter. I know at least like most of like Black film Twitter is talking about it a lot. So I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be anyone who actually picks up the story, talks to her about it more than she's just been talking about it. But yeah, that's really just what I know for now.
So quick question. I'm also doing my research on this movie also as well. Is basically this movie is from the same studio, Lionsgate, obviously. These are the guys who did Get Out and Jordan Peele's Get Out and Jordan Peele's Us. So is this the next Jordan Peele movie? Yes or no? Because it's not. No. Oh, okay, sorry, I was sort of confused.
He's not producing this. I actually
have some of the same staff, it's background staff, but not the same creative staff.
Okay, because this is what kind of brings me to last night's discussion, and I'm gonna also share this again along with the people who are tuning in right now. You know, to be fair and honest with you, especially since we've seen so many of these movies created by, we've seen so many comedians now having and you guys remember, I said this, having a type of serious side to them. Again, Robin Williams, we see him as the genie for Aladdin. We see him as Mrs. Doubtfire. However, we see Dead Poets Society. Did not forget that one, Erisel, just for you. And Death to Smoochie, because I know me and Matt knows that movie is just twisted next to 1 Hour Photo. And Steve Carell, with his performance, we see him as Michael Scott in The Office, and look at him now, we saw him in Foxtrot, so with Channing Tatum. And for Jordan Peele, this man, I'll give him mad props because we see him as funny characters. He in Mad TV before Key and Peele on Comedy Central. And look, he just came out with Get Out, Us, and under the same studio who's currently making Antebellum. And it's safe to say that comedians have a dramatic or serious side when it comes to filmmaking. And we just can't see them not just as funny characters anymore and parodies. That's what I want to put on the table.
I would personally attribute is, at least in Jordan Peele's case, it's kind of a style he's already shown for a good while. Because if you look at any matter of Key and Peele, you know, while there is obviously plenty of humor sprinkled around here and there, you can see he has like a very serious I don't want to put this. There's a certain style he has. There's a lot of love when it comes to anything in regards to horror based. Honestly, in fact, there was even a whole Halloween episode was just them obviously lampooning on different horror tropes and figures and stuff. And while all those skits were funny, like each one of them, if you were to just take one of those skits by itself, you could easily expand that into its own horror movie.
Yes,
because he's just.
I completely agree.
I love that much.
Which one is the best one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The one, remember the aerobics thing was going around, like
oh my god, that was
yes.
With the cue cards.
Yes, that was
that was
my
terrifying.
one right there.
It was hilarious, but it was terrifying. Oh my god!
He was still dancing, but he was looking at him.
Like, keep dancing.
Oh wow!
And, like, you just sitting there like who is he going to strike now? Is like how bad is this accident? What's going to happen?
Okay. Well,
I think just as talent alone, he's just one of those people who can really succeed in whatever genre he puts himself in, but this is where he shines.
I mean,
he loves horror, obviously.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
like when you really love something, you just go for it. So I never really saw him as a comedian. I just saw him like as an artist who did comedy, and now he's doing horror, which is what he wanted to do.
To be fair, like it's hard to look at it like it's hard to look at him now in both ways, in both the comedian and the series director, because remember we saw him start off in Mad TV before Key and Peele. I will never forget. I will never.
I don't know.
No, I mean that's reasonable because that was his first like major exposure.
Exactly. But in through time, we saw him as a director and an artist, and his creativity is off the charts. And I was afraid at first because when they announced this past year, at this year's past Super Bowl with the trailer for the Twilight Zone again, original series way into the science fiction world before the X-Files was created. You see, man, him being the executive producer for that show, the show gets not just science fiction creepy, but creepy in general. Like, oh my gosh, like,
oh, no, I knew to trust him for that kind of stuff because again, that's the style he shines the most in. That's all him.
No, man.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
And for those who don't know, as for whoever's listening out there, it is confirmed that he is remaking the horror film Candyman. So Jordan Peele is remaking that as well. So
I think they just figured
and
out
actually, since we're talking about Jordan Peele, we should go we can continue with this conversation, but I'm thinking that we should talk about Hunters afterwards.
Yes, you know what? I'm actually bringing up the trailer for that right now. What? Cool. Okay. I didn't see the trailer yet, but what is it? I know it's a new series, correct? Like,
you know what?
Man,
I will take the helm by reading off the premise here from Wikipedia because it is a lot wilder than I expected. So,
is that Al Pacino?
Yes. Please do. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So,
yes, it is.
So. Hunters follows a diverse band of Nazi hunters living in 1977 in New York City. The Hunters, as they're known, have discovered that hundreds of high-ranking Nazi officials are living among us and conspiring to create a Fourth Reich in the U.S. The eclectic team of hunters was set out on a bloody quest to bring the Nazis to justice and thwart their new genocidal plans.
Jordan Peele, oh my lord, okay.
Woo! There's a lot going on.
Does that not sound like fun? That sounds like I'm excited. I'm really excited.
So basically, it's Wolfenstein the TV series.
Stop.
That's what it sounded like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's basically I was gonna go with it's the complete opposite of anything whatever Amazon thought Man in High Castle was, but that works even better.
True, yeah. Like, if you don't like Man in High Castle, watch this instead.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, and it's coming to Amazon, correct?
Amazon Prime. Yep.
Oh, before we move on into breaking down the series, I do want to recommend for Antebellum, check it out, guys. Next year, 2020. So be sure to check that out. And for this series, since it is coming to Prime Video, so be sure to get that Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime,
you got that Twitch Prime.
Yep. But okay. From the a lot of wow, and this series is coming 2020. Okay, thank you.
Yep. I know there's no audio here, but there's a nice little monologue from Al Pacino talking to the hunters, make sure that they're in on the team, on the plan and stuff.
So
his voice is fantastic in this show. That trailer was glorious.
So real talk, his voice actually threw me off a little bit, but I think it's because I haven't seen much of Al Pacino recently, so I wasn't expecting his accent in this trailer. Plus, not to mention he has gotten quite older.
So for me, it was the beard. I've never seen Al Pacino with facial hair.
I've seen that beard before. I've seen that beard before.
Did you? But besides talking about Scarface, and you know what movie he's going to be in? With Robert De Niro, The Irishman. Yes.
Yeah, it already came out.
God, no, it's coming out this month.
It's
coming out legit next week, and that movie. Oh, jeez.
I follow way too many writers because they're all talking about it now.
It looks great. I mean, I know it's gonna come out in. Wait, say that again, John. What's up? Oh. Understandable. Yeah, the movie is gonna be released on Netflix and in select theaters next week, guys, on the 27th. So
it's out in theaters now. It's gonna hit Netflix next week.
Oh, okay. Did not know that part. All right, cool.
It's a partnership thing.
Okay.
But Hunters looks very wild. Yeah. Extremely wild. I was not expecting anything I saw in that.
I was about to say, is it wild like the Boys Wild series?
Actually, I would say it's about on. It could be on the same level.
Really? Okay. I was about to say, like, hold up. All right. I mean, I'll definitely check it out. And it's coming to Amazon Prime next year, guys. So 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess the next trailer that needs to be broken down has to be the Call of the Wild base. The movie based on the book. Got it right this time, Erisel.
Mm-hmm.
By Jack London. It does feature Harrison Ford and Omar Sy. Huh, okay. And Karen Gillian's in this movie too. Holy crap.
And that creepy dog.
And yeah,
I'm sorry, he's weird.
It's fine. I
I
mean,
want to see the dog.
yeah, it's pretty based upon the book, obviously, by Jack London. It takes place between I believe the 1930s, and it's about a dog named Buck, and he's been taken from his home, and he's been sold off to I believe some adventurers along the way.
How can you get a real dog? Hello?
I know. Like at least
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
CGI dogs are so
It's
creepy.
so weird.
Animal
looking.
Planet have a show called a while back in the day, based on the book too.
They did. They had a actually there was a show and there were 2 movies I think that were based off of it too.
Yo, I'm old as heck.
Except-
I remember that show. Oof.
You think it was just easier to CGI it rather than train a dog to do what they want?
Oh god.
This dog.
No. Oh man, that dog is so creepy looking. I can't.
Yo, why? I guess they wanted him to have this expression. It's like they going heavy with this expression on this dog.
No, yeah, he's really goofy looking.
It's like maybe is he expressive in the book or something? Like, is he like?
I believe so.
He's really not. He's totally no. He's not expressive like that in the book.
So
I have
what?
read the book. All right, I've read the book millions of times.
they
I
just
used to
hamming
be
up
like a
this
huge
dog.
Wolf Dog fan. This is just.
Yeah, they're hamming
It's
the
just
dog.
bad.
It was like, hey, y'all like
Yeah,
Scooby Doo.
I had not heard of this movie.
I
I
mean,
heard of this movie beforehand, so all I have to go on is honestly this trailer, which I looked at for the first time before we started this podcast. It looks pretty interesting.
Every animal. It's just
Whatever. A
not
dog's
real.
journey is so much better than this
I
shit.
blame Disney for this. This is Disney's fault.
yeah.
Hold on, I
This is
need to
Disney's
look
fault.
up the old. There is an old version of Call of the Wild, and I'm gonna look it up right now.
Ever since
Yeah,
this
there
Lion King
is.
nonsense, this is Disney's fault. I'm blaming Disney for this.
Be sure to
Wait,
check the movie out in February, guys. And I guess the last,
February.
February. I think it's
Oh,
February.
this is
Like,
Disney.
don't.
Okay.
I guess the last trailer to talk about is Marvel's the last season, The Runaways. Oh my goodness! Like this is it.
Erisel, so first of all, because I know we definitely got to talk about this, but first I just want to say that looking at this trailer, I actually did not know that this was going to be the final season, and I'm so upset because I love
I
Runaways.
know. Oh my god! I
love
was
Runaways
watching
anything.
the trailer before I read any of the captions because like the whole cast was just like, "Hey guys, look at this! Also, we love you and we thank you
Look
so
at
much
this."
for everything." And I'm like, "What are you doing to my heart?"
Is that Dagger from Cloak and Dagger?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
they're
doing
doing a
crossover.
crossover.
Oh wow! Because
It's a whole thing. Dude, it was Cloak and Dagger from Cloak and Dagger. You didn't see both of them there?
I did not.
They don't
Sorry,
leave each
Thompson.
other alone. They're like soulmates. Except
Yeah.
in that one series where they were sisters and brothers. That was just weird.
yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that was very weird.
That was very, very
so
weird.
This is the last one.
So this is interesting. Like, I've already come to peace with that. Not that it was a big deal to me, but I've already come to peace with that. This is very much a huge diversion from the comics. We're suddenly
Yes.
fighting Morgan Le Fay for whatever reason. I'm sure.
I know,
there's
like, where did she even come from? What is this?
like okay, we're fighting demigods now. All right,
Yo,
sure.
put the beans away. Hold on.
I would honestly prefer the time traveling parts. Like just bring the time traveling back. That was fun.
Oh, the whole 1919 thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough time to get into that.
No, there isn't because they would like. There were so many things that would have been thrown off. Like, actually, basically, Carolina and Nico getting together so early, I feel like just ruined everything else. Because
yeah,
like one of the
there was some
subplots was
context
like
with it.
their whole relationship not actually being there for such a long time.
Oh
Right.
wow! December 13th. Wow, that's coming close.
Oh yeah, very soon.
Jeez.
Very soon. I will watch it all.
Okay.
But,
It's
I mean,
I'm gonna be in I'm gonna have a lot of feelings. I'm gonna live tweet the whole thing, basically.
December 13th, guy, is only on Hulu, so
Let's see. I'm wondering how far they're gonna go all the with the Zavin stuff. Not just relationship wise, but in terms of species. Because I know we were pulling from the Kree in the comics. And we well, I don't think she's not a Kree in this one, right?
No, she's a Skrull. She's a Skrull. She's supposed to be a Skrull.
Oh, oh, but then again, they got the right licenses back, so they can keep that if they need to.
Yeah, they can. Although, I mean, the thing the confusing part with Zavin was like one, they were supposed to Carolina and them because they are gender neutral.
Right.
Carolina and Zavin were supposed to be in a relationship. Like I said, like Nico and Carolina being together kind of threw everything else off. Yeah, I don't know. Like last season was just really different. And I didn't really know how to process it because I was rereading the comics while I was watching the show, and my brain kind of just exploded.
Yeah, it's the parents' possession, excuse me, that really threw me off of this past season.
Yeah, because they were just supposed to, die.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's not a huge
spoiler alert.
Whoops.
Yeah, if you haven't.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. Listen, the comics have been out for over 2-3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't caught up yet, that's a problem.
But I will say there is one thing that I will not spoiler in case people haven't read the comics. But there's a turn of a certain character in the main crew, and I'm wondering, since this is the final season, are we going to get that turn? Erisel, you don't know who I'm talking about. But
I do know who you're talking about, and I'm actually very surprised that it's been taking so long for that to happen.
And I'm like, are we, since it's the final season, are we going to close with that, or just not acknowledge it, or maybe do some kind of red herring and just throw that idea out the window?
Because the way that the trailer is setting it up, I can almost see it happening the way it should be happening or the way that it has already happened in the comics.
Oh man.
But I'm honestly not sure because, like I said, well, the way that season 2 kind of ended, I feel like we had multiple people. And I feel like the trailer's really setting it up for Nico. I don't see that happening. It actually can't be Nico for a variety of reasons. If they do that, I will protest. Very loudly.
Okay.
One thing real quick, sorry to interrupt you, Erisel, just that Julisa's getting ready to leave.
Yeah. Julisa, thank you so much for being here. I know you're getting tired, and because we're actually gonna
love and affection.
We're gonna wrap up soon too, because yeah,
it's midnight.
Yeah, it is midnight.
Yeah, it is way past.
Can't believe I'm still awake right now. This is so bad.
If that's the case, well, I guess we can share a bit of our final thoughts. Julisa, you want to go first? Because I mean.
Yeah, let her go first.
We're back at the same time.
Final thoughts. I just have just random things, just like to randomly shout out, like Nailed It Holiday Edition came out with the season 2, so it just came out today. So if you love Nailed It, go watch it on Netflix.
Nice. But what do you think about the podcast? What do you think about our return?
I think we did a pretty good damn
job.
Seconded.
Who wants to go next? Big John? Erisel, you go next, because I know
this is fun.
Yeah, this is great.
This is great. I appreciate that you guys had me on, and I would love to come back for more. And finally. I will risk triggering my insomnia.
Finally with good
It's okay. Who needs sleep?
Big John?
Jump Force was squandered. A squandered endeavor. If I could destroy it and rebuild it with my own hands, I would, but I can't. I'm not a game.
I would want you to, actually.
Dude, do you still have you have the statue version, right?
The what?
The one that comes with the statue?
Look, hell no, I wasn't buying that. Let me tell you. Let me shout out just Universe 2's praises one more time. With that collector's edition, I got a 13-inch tall Goku. Okay, still in the box. Jump Force got this little baby old diorama I was wasting my money on. I think it cost more than Xenoverse 2's one, so hell no, I was buying that trash.
All right.
Okey doke.
Matt.
Yeah, this was fun. Definitely went a lot longer than I expected, but we can work with that as we continue with these podcasts. But no, this
Yeah.
was great. This was a lot of fun.
I mean, we covered a lot in 3 hours and 35 minutes. I mean,
Oh
it's safe
my.
to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we barely have enough to talk about with 3 topics, but clearly that's not the
clearly
case.
no. I just want to say thank you.
Clearly, Matt, you forgot who we were.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Again, thank you so much for your patience, because there was no other way. There was no other way we could have not done this without you, and without the push you giving us, like, you got to bring it back, you got to bring it back, you got to bring it back. Then look, we brought it back.
We listened.
And yeah, we listened. We listened to everything. Shout out to everyone who's been asking us questions to keep ourselves motivated. And we can't wait to get more of the staff in this room. I know not just us. I know not just us 5, because I know Mike wants in. I know Galen wants in. But I do want to say this though: we will not have a show next Friday. It is Black Friday, the 29th. I do want to say everyone has a wonderful and safe upcoming Thanksgiving holiday.
So get some rest, have fun with your family.
If you don't celebrate, that's okay too.
It's fine. It's fine. If you do or you don't celebrate, it's fine. Please spend time with your family. December 6th, I'm guessing. That's a Friday. We'll come back. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
I have one more thing to say.
Here we go.
Since it's midnight on the East Coast, my precious little round-headed nephew is 9 months today. Shout out
Hey,
to
congrats.
Shout out to the baby.
Congrats.
I hope he's sleeping.
him. He might be awake. I heard he does what he wants. Like, he runs the show.
You're right. They do that.
With that being said, good night, everybody, and thanks for tuning in.
Buenas noches.
Thank you for being part of history, and we'll catch you on the next one. Laters.
Bye.